Good mythical weekend. Today is all about the scariest true horror stories on the internet, and to tell these stories, please welcome our very special guests from Dead Meat, James and Chelsea. Mythical crew, all you have to do is listen, if you dare. This is Scare Buds.
You guys ready for Scare Buds?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like a dog should be telling these stories.
Yes. Scare Buds.
You know?
I do think you have a little bit golden retriever energy though, so
I've gotten that before.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. That works. All right. Well, this dog's first story for you. It's called "Not My Mother." All right.
Okay.
15 years ago, on a cold December night in Iowa, the kind of cold that would kill you if you were out too long, two high school friends found themselves home alone. To entertain themselves, the boys, let's call them Jack and Colton, they played video games in the basement, drinking wine they'd stolen from Jack's mother's liquor cabinet.
Whatever you can get a hold of.
Class.
Better
Nothing
than
but class.
port, or sherry. What started as a typical night turned into the most terrifying moment of these young men's lives. That's funny.
I'm just thinking they probably learned some things about themselves.
Really introspective.
It's cold out.
Yeah, we
It's
got
scary for them.
Yeah,
Not scary for
absolutely.
anyone else.
I've had a night like this, and it does change a lot of things the rest of your life.
got nice cozy blankets like we have here, you know. After a few hours of video games and cheap Merlot, the boys heard the upstairs garage door creak open and then slam shut. Jack was confused as his mother was supposed to be out all night, but he heard her voice call to him from upstairs. "Jack, can you come help me? I need you up here," she yelled down. Her tone was darkly serious, and Jack felt that the voice didn't sound quite like his mother's. Against his instinct, he walked up the stairs to find his mom. But with each step, he felt this overbearing silence of the house. A slight electrical twinge filled his body, warning him that something wasn't right. When he reached the top of the stairs, he saw that the entire house was pitch black. No lights were turned on. There wasn't even moonlight to guide him. He felt his way to the kitchen and called out, "Mom, where are you?" But no one replied.
He couldn't flip a light switch on himself?
It's so dark, he lost where the light switches were. There's nothing.
All right.
He's
Can't
so
see him.
scared he forgot the layout of his own home.
Exactly.
He's drunk.
He is.
He's drunk.
He is
Too much
drunk.
Merlot.
He's drunk. He's just
He's
kissed
drunk
his
off
best
the
friend
drunk.
for the first time.
Yes.
He's full of endorphins.
Feeling a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Jack ran downstairs and grabbed his coat. "There's no one home here. We need to leave now," he said as he snatched his truck keys. Oh, he's of driving age. I imagined younger.
No, they're gonna drunk drive away from the ghost.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Wow.
That's how
And
the
that's
ghost
the real
gets you.
tragedy.
Yeah. That's this ghost's whole MO.
Yes,
He's like, I'll
the
scare you.
cautionary- Yeah, you're gonna get
Now, hold on
scared
now.
straight.
If there's a ghost coming, you had a couple of drinks. You ain't driving? I'm getting the hell up out of here. You know what? I'm going to get this Uber. Let me call this Uber. While this goes.
Yeah, let's play it safe.
It's going to be responsibility all the way for me.
Hello, I'm the only Uber driver in rural Iowa. I'll be there in 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for him to come out of the corn and pick me up.
Just driving through the corn to get you.
Just as they were about to leave, Jack turned and saw how scared his dog and cat were.
Oh, no.
And he knew that if he left them alone, something horrible would happen.
The dog and cat was up in the dark? What is
They
it?
can see better.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know. I'm with Leonard on that one.
No, you don't
They
think
can see in the dark, can't they?
I think I could think they could see in the dark.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
But
to me,
what-
it feels weird. You're animal. I mean, hey, I'll be honest with you. When I leave the house, I leave the TV on for my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call it kitty TV. It's
Yeah,
like
kitty
little
TV.
birds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like something. I don't know.
Maybe the dog and cat was in the basement with him. You know,
That's
maybe
what I'm
these people
saying. I
aren't
think they've
sickos.
Yeah.
seen
Okay.
things.
And they're scared.
Yeah, the pets are learning a lot tonight, too.
It was their first time getting drunk as well.
Yeah, just pour it into the bowl. So Jack decided to call his mother on the phone. Jack asked her if she had come home early and yelled for him to come upstairs. Confused, she said she was still out, but she could come home if he needed her. The next few minutes ticked by slowly as Jack and Colton hid in the basement. They could hear something above them. Not exactly footsteps or creaks, but like a pressure in the air. Like a black hole was creeping from one room to the next. When Jack's real mother finally returned, They felt the thing above them leave as quickly as it had come, like an overbearing predatory presence fleeing the scene. They never figured out what the presence was, but Jack knew that whatever it was had his mother's voice. It was evil, and it was hungry.
Okay.
That's the story.
Hungry?
It was hungry.
Oh.
It sounds like
where's
someone
that
had to.
From
They-
like what it
That story came to us from Meows and Booze on our True Scary Stories.
The cat wrote this on
The
Reddit.
cat was like, I've seen
Justice
some.
for the cat.
Yeah, justice for the cat. The monster is scared of adults, I guess. The monster's scared of his mom. Why'd the monster leave? Why didn't he kill his mom?
Oh, you just want to get straight to killing.
No, but I'm like, I don't think I would be scared of something that was scared of my own mom.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
sure.
Well, maybe nothing's stronger than the power of motherhood. Nothing is stronger than a woman coming into her home.
That's right.
Evil leaves a space when a woman walks in. Yeah.
Turning to her domain.
Exactly.
You're
Move
right,
that out of
Rachel.
it.
Yeah.
You're right.
She performed an exorcism essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get thee.
That ghost, I'm gonna sit down and listen.
Yeah.
I just think that he did something and he was like, it manifested as him hearing his mom be like, you shouldn't be doing that.
I think that's part of
That's
it.
what
It's
it
like
feels like.
guilt.
To me.
Like drinking out of the liquor cabinet.
Yeah,
You know?
like,
You're getting
experimenting with
paranoid.
Colton,
Yeah.
maybe his mom didn't like
Colton
that.
had brought over GTA. He's not allowed to play that.
Yeah, they installed the hot
Hot
coffee mod.
coffee
Yeah.
mod.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just anxiety and you can
I
take
think
medicine
so.
for that.
Right.
Yeah, because they're not even hearing like creaks. They're just like, yeah, it like
just
felt like a
felt
black hole
weird.
up there.
Feels like a presence.
Yeah.
It's like,
There was this weird energy.
You
I don't
know?
yeah.
Right.
I felt like tingles in my body.
Yeah.
The energy
it was
is you in
guilt.
love. Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
felt guilt before.
Absolutely. Heteronormativity was upstairs.
That's what it was. Yeah. All right. Maybe the second story will be more to
Okay.
your liking. All right. This one's
I'm
called
ready.
The Phone Stalker.
Oh no.
Oh, this is real.
In February of 2007, 16-year-old Courtney K.I. Kendall was a typical teenage girl in Furcrest, Washington. Like most teenagers, Courtney had a cell phone. It was a lifeline to her friends. That
In
is,
07, she was kind of privileged.
right? That's
she
what
had
I'm
some
thinking. No
money.
texting. Or maybe like rudimentary.
Yeah, pretty basic.
You getting T9?
texting.
A
Yeah,
razor.
C-
She might have had a
yeah.
razor.
Yeah. Oh.
For
The
sure.
cool kids had a razor
yeah.
in 07.
Yeah.
No.
Well, then she's set. Oh, yeah. If she's got the Nokia, she's set. It's a weapon.
I wouldn't know. I was 12.
Bye. Bye. I was 12 in 07. Give me another fact.
The cell phone was a lifeline to her friends until the phone began sending messages to her friends all by itself. Confused, Courtney told her family what was happening, and that's when the threats began. Each day, the family landline would ring. Remember those? Yeah. And every time they picked up, they were greeted by an unsettling, scratchy voice. Sometimes the voice would say nothing but juvenile jokes. But other times, it would tell them that they would all get their throats slit.
The what?
When the police attempted to find the person behind these calls, they always traced back to the family's own cell phones, even when they were turned off,
Not the call is coming from inside the house.
inside the pocket.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. The caller's malevolence quickly escalated as the harassment became more intimate. The caller knew their every move, where they were, what they were doing, and what they were wearing. The calls began to come in at all hours of the night, threatening to kill their children, their pets, and their grandparents. One message left to the family said, "I know where you are. I know where you live. I'm going to kill you." What happened next threw the family into a new realm of fear. The voice on the other end of the calls was their own. Correct reaction. Recordings of private conversations that had taken place within their home, including a meeting with a local detective. The cell phone companies, the police, and even the FBI were left baffled. The calls eventually stopped, but 18 years later, no culprit was ever found. And this story was initially reported on by ABC News.
Whoa. Dude, okay, I already thought this one's actually scary. And the
Right?
fact that this made it to the news is really creepy.
Yeah.
I will say I am too confrontational. I'm like, oh, you can see everything I'm doing? Get ready to see some stuff you don't want to see.
Please take me off your
Yeah.
list and don't call during dinner. Thank you.
I'm like, I'm going to do some stuff around my house that human eyes should not see. And you're going to get a glimpse
I'm
of that.
tempted to ask for specifics, but I don't know if
I
that's...
can't say them on this show.
Yeah.
But
I don't
dude,
wanna
there's things that
demonetize
you
the
do
channel.
privately that you don't want other people to see, and other people don't want to see you do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
We all know. We all do
Totally.
things. We all do things privately. I'm like,
Right.
you can see every single one of my moves.
Right.
Get ready to see some new moves.
You could just marathon like a terrible television show 24/7, so whoever it is has to listen to it.
Yeah.
Wow. When I first heard this, I just thought like maybe like the dad or the mom wanted to move and the other spouse was like, no, we're not moving. And then the other person was like, oh, I'm going to create this elaborate scheme.
Yeah, bet. Like,
get
hey, I
out
can
of this
see you.
town.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy. That I'm confused that this was actually reported on the news.
Yeah,
I feel like if it
this
happened
feels
now-
very local news, to be
Yes.
fair.
I feel like if it happened now, they'd have better means to like trace the calls. Maybe in 2007, people didn't know what cell phones were. Maybe. Yeah.
It seems just like a person that didn't like this family probably put a bug in their house.
Or it's, you know what, if you wanted to buy their house, you devalue the house by making it super creepy. But honestly, if they had just waited one more year, it would have been 2008, and they could have gotten the house for super cheap.
There you go. The bottom drops out. Buy
Come on,
that.
recession.
Well,
Bring it
Chelsea, how about you take over for a couple of scary
Okay,
stories?
let's do it. Okay, are you guys ready for the next spooky story? Yes. Okay, this one is called Trust Your Dog.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. With
Let's hope we leave the lights on for it.
Yes. One warm summer in a remote Northern California neighborhood, a woman, let's call her Jane, was dog sitting for her boyfriend who was away on a trip. Her own dog, Lottie, was a mid-sized poodle, while her boyfriend's dog, Hennessy, was an intimidating 115-pound bulldog. Your face.
The dog's name is Hennessy. That's great. That's
It's like he better be black, but also if he's not black,
Right.
like
yeah. Who wrote the story? Is the first question.
Right. Jane would walk the dog separately as Hennessy would often overpower Jane, and it was too much for her to control all at once. One night, as Jane was heading home with Lottie, she felt the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. She had a strange feeling that she was being watched. Jane turned around and spotted a tall man in a dark hoodie, about 30 feet behind her, standing next to a rundown home.
oh, that is scary. This is real.
Yeah.
She tried to write off her unsettled feeling as paranoia, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, she became sure the man was following her. As she glanced over her shoulder, her suspicions were confirmed. He kept pace with her, always leaving about 30 feet between them. If she sped up, so would he. Her paranoia had turned to reality. Jane quickly crossed the highway with her poodle, hoping to put some distance between herself and her follower.
Wait, was she walking the dogs on the side of the highway?
I had that
Like on the
question.
shoulder?
Like she would have had to climb over the...
Like walking up the on ramp, like with these dogs.
Where do these people live?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just said Northern California.
Well, you know, it's probably like 2-lane highway, not like interstate that I'm thinking of.
Sure.
Yeah. Not like freeway.
It slowed him down, and just when she thought she lost him, there he was again, 30 feet behind her. Jane's home now in sight, she walked as fast as she could, not wanting to turn around, but now able to hear the man's footsteps on the gravel. At this point, Lottie had noticed him too and began to growl. Jane forced her to keep moving and thankfully made it back inside the house, slamming and locking the door, hoping that that was the end of it. It was not.
Don't go home.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying, why
know.
would you go home?
Oh,
Yeah.
because now he
Now
knows.
he knows
Because now he
where
knows
you
where
live.
you live.
Go to Ralph's.
Yeah.
Go to a grocery store. Get
I
in
think
there.
just drop the leashes, let the dogs do what they will.
Yeah.
You know, they're growling.
Yeah.
But if he wants to follow her with dogs, find out.
A moment later, she felt someone trying to turn the knob. Through the door, a voice crept through. I love your dog. Can I meet her? Jane was terrified. The line sounded rehearsed and empty. She screamed at the man to go away, but he only repeated the line. I love your dog. Can I meet her? He cooed and tried the doorknob again. When it wouldn't budge, he repeated a third time. I love your dog. Can I meet her?
Does the dog have an Instagram?
Yeah. Follow your dog on Instagram.
He also waited till the dog was in the house to ask to see the dog. You've been following this girl for blocks.
He was shy.
Yeah.
You know, it's intimidating to meet famous people.
And this is why there's a male loneliness epidemic.
Exactly.
Open the door and let the man in and meet the dog. The boys just want to hang out.
Just let the man meet the dog, please.
Losing patience, the man slammed his body against the door. The dogs, instantly triggered, began barking wildly. In a state of panic, Jane grabbed Hennessy by the collar, unlocked the door, and cracked it open just enough for the bulldog to get halfway out. So you're right, she had the same idea you did, kind of. The massive beast barked and gnarled his teeth. The tall man stumbled backwards, almost falling over and cursing as he scrambled to stay off the ground. He booked it up the hill as fast as he could and out of sight.
He's like, I didn't mean that dog.
Unfortunately, the man was never caught. But should he ever return, Hennessy would be there, waiting to tear his ass up.
I had to look to see if it was written that way.
This story this is from user Turpy O-0-0 on the True Scary Stories subreddit.
Now, if he just would have went, can I pet that dog? I think that might have helped the situation. Also, this is just a real story. This is this is not a horror story. This is just a terrible person.
My thing is always like, well, first of all, I'd be scared that he would hurt my dog if I let my dog outside. Even if my dog was scary, I'm like, I don't know, what if this guy has a gun, or I'm not gonna let my dog outside. I'm just like, call for help, call someone, put your phone out the mail slot, take a picture of his face.
Yeah.
Now this man has just run into the woods and now he could just always be near your house. I wouldn't like that. I need to, I would need to kind of solidify that I've seen him. I know what he looks like. Other people have seen him, know what he looks like. We can all kind of keep tabs as a community.
If not for you, then for all the other dogs that he wants to go and meet.
Now imagine he was like, can I pet that dog? Like, come on.
It's much.
Y'all never see that video? Y'all never see that video?
Oh no, there's a reference to something. Okay.
I
thought this was an original creation.
Doing a bit.
Y'all know this video?
No, I said this is great. I love this one.
Nobody see this video?
I said, get him on SNL. Come on.
That's a character.
Yeah, no, I just made that up. That was all on me.
Yeah, dude.
You know.
What is Can I Pet That Dog?
It's a bear. It's a little girl on the front porch, and a bear is coming up to the house, and she's like, "Can I pet that dog?" They're like, "Get away from the bear!" And it's a bear.
I thought you were developing an SNL character.
No.
Shall we move on to it's our last story, I think.
It is.
Yeah, and
I
this
hope there's
one's
a dog.
this one's a little bit different, which I'm excited about. Yes. Okay. As a child, this is called Annoying Brother, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
that was me.
As a child, Megan lived in a small home with her parents, her brother, her grandmother, and her grandfather in the suburbs of New York. Space was tight, so her brother and grandfather shared a bunk bed. When her grandfather died, the family moved into a new home with even fewer bedrooms, leaving Megan and her brother to share a room and the very same bunk bed. One lazy summer afternoon, Megan laid in the top bunk, quietly reading a book, as she loved to do. Her brother occupied himself just below her on the bottom bunk. As any typical annoying brother might do, he began to shake the bed frame, aiming to annoy his older sister. She took the bait and told him to stop. The bed stopped shaking without a word of acknowledgement from the younger brother. Megan returned to her book only to feel the bed shake again, harsher this time. Fed up, Megan yelled at her brother, demanding he cut it out. The bed settled, though Megan noticed her brother failed to yell back at her, as he typically would. After a few moments of calm, the bed shook a third time, almost violently this time. Now truly upset, Megan stuck her head over the edge of the bunk to yell directly at her brother. But to her horror, the bottom bunk was empty. Not even a second later, Megan's brother burst into the bedroom, wanting to know why Megan had been yelling his name. She was at a loss for words. She was positive he had been in the room with her the whole time. Later, she found out that her grandfather had died in his sleep on the bottom bunk of that same bed. Her mother told them he had died in the hospital, so her brother wouldn't be scared to sleep in the bottom bunk.
Damn.
This story is actually from one of your writers, Megan.
Oh.
So this is a yes. So
Megan.
Yes. Is Megan here? Hi. This is very creepy.
I was about to talk crap about your grandpa, but now I'm not going to anymore. So
I love that the parents were too cheap to get a new bed.
That was my question. Yeah, Megan, were you like, excuse my question, but particularly low income, or was your family just like was this? I'm curious. I'm like,
Hey,
was
were you
this
poor growing up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, was this a necessity, or were your parents just like, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal?
No, yeah, we were poor.
So you're the sister?
Yeah, I'm Megan. Hi.
Hi. Oh no, that's creepy.
Would your grandfather be upset that you were empowering yourself by reading?
Yeah, honestly, super sexist guy. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that checks out.
There you go.
Do you remember what book you were reading?
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I think I was like 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did he what did he die from?
I think it was a heart attack. So he died in his sleep. We went to school, and then my mom found him and was like, "Yeah, he wasn't feeling well, so we took him to the hospital." That was like a couple years prior, and then that story happened, and I told my mom, and she was like, "Oh."
It's really creepy.
Have you ever talked to your brother about this, like recently?
Not recently. I don't actually think I ever told him he died on the bottom bunk. I was like, I wanted to protect him from that. I kind of just kept it a secret between me and my mom. Sorry, Connor.
Now knowing that your family was poor, maybe it wasn't your grandpa. Maybe they bought it at a yard sale and someone else had died in there and they were haunted.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe it was, and then maybe it was that person and the grandfather like
Fighting each other.
like for the blankets. You know how when you're like, no, give me the blanket. Yeah.
Do you think there's a world in which it was just like a couple tiny earthquakes that just happened like in a specific spot?
Yeah, the classic New York earthquake.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I want to know that, like, if she brings it up to her brother today, if he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. I like ran out of the room real fast and then came back in and was pretending that I wasn't there the whole time."
Is this a story that the family talks about, or?
No. Yeah, this was just, I think I must have told my mom one time. She was just like, "Yeah, that's crazy." And then I just was kind of left to deal with that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. Go back to bed.
Yeah, literally.
And did your grandpa like you in general?
I thought so.
Maybe he was just saying hi. You know what I mean? Like ghosts can't speak.
Yeah,
It's,
that
they
was the
gotta. It's like hello.
Yeah, they
Y'all seen
did.
Ghost Story, right?
Yeah.
I used to read at dinner, like, and ignore my family. So maybe he was like, "Hey, stop that. Stop reading."
I would do the same thing.
Wow. I saw a ghost one time.
Yeah.
I was like 6.
You
6
waited
years
this
old.
late to say this?
Yeah, I saw a ghost one time. I don't tell people because they think I'm crazy, you know?
Right.
I was just in my bed. It was just an old black woman in a rocking chair just sitting there rocking in the corner of my bedroom. And I was like, oh, snap. And I went back to sleep. And that was it.
Do you own a rocking chair?
I do not.
Oh, so the rocking chair was part of the
and the
operation.
woman were the
Yeah.
ghost. Wow.
Yeah.
Her prized possession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who she was.
You went back to
Can't
sleep and she had to like drag it back
Yeah,
out.
she was like, all right.
Yeah.
Were you scared?
I remember being like, what is happening? And just going back to sleep.
Yeah.
That's literally
Do you
it.
think it was like a sleep paralysis?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So she didn't look like anyone. Like it wasn't like a
She
famous
just-
figure or someone in your family or like
No.
just a random lady.
Just an old black lady
What was she doing? Was she knitting?
looking at me.
Yeah.
Like, look at that little boy sleeping.
Wow. A fan.
Yeah, a little fan.
You know, kids are tapped in though. That's what I think. You know, they just be seeing stuff.
Yeah, that's the only time it ever happened.
Right. They're like, I used to be a stockbroker on Wall Street, and then my wife died. I'm gonna go play with my blocks. You know? And then you're like, what about that stockbroker story you told me about? And they're like, I don't remember that. I'm a goofy kid. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Where's my wife?
So you were a child when you
I
experienced
was a
this.
child.
I imagine this happening 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh,
As a
no.
full-grown adult,
No,
so
I
that
was-
makes sense.
I was 6.
Wow. Okay, well, this has been truly, really fun and interesting. Thank you to James and Chelsea for joining us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next weekend. Bye, everybody.
Well,
Like, am I like-
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Definitely
that.
not
Don't do
Definitely
that.
not
Don't do that. Don't do
Okay.
that.
Perfect.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Just look. Relax your lips. That's not relaxed, baby.
I'm trying my best, Barbie.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere.